Welcome to the Global Business Forum.
J'entends les bruits des mouettes. Oh, j'entends les bruits des mouettes.
I was eager to welcome you. I dressed up for you
Yeah.
with the warm wind, the
J'entendais les bruits
sun,
des mouettes.
the softness of spring, with the
j'ai mis le-
Mediterranean Sea, with
J'ai mis le
all
petit
of
bouchon.
humanity.
Eh oui.
I welcome you with
mais oui.
open arms.
Oh, 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 oh là là, papa, papa. Oh, bonne mère. Oh, je deviens fada que j'entends des voix. Mais qui c'est qui parle? Who's speaking? Is it you? Is it you? You speaking, you? You? Oh, welcome. Oh, oh. Who are you? Who are you?
Don't worry, Marius.
Qui?
Don't
Eh,
worry, everything is fine.
Encore.
Listen to my story.
Oh, ça.
I was born 2,600 years ago. I was
yeah.
already beautiful with my calanque and my beaches wrapped in sunshine.
Oh.
I was well protected by l'Estac, Garlaban, Cassis, Mont Puget.
Eh.
I was an ideal to discover.
yeah.
And on that very day, a fisherman by the water saw heavy boats arriving. Plenty of men coming from the distant Phocaea in Greece, now in Turkey, stepped onto my arid lands and settled down. They built walls, houses, and a port. The city took shape. Soon after, trade began with the sale of salt, wine, seafood, and ceramics to Greece, Egypt, and Italy. I wasn't born yet, but I already wanted to see the world. And then I grew. Others came. Gauls, Romans, Visigoths, Saracens, Templars, the kings of France, and the bourgeoisie after the revolution. A funny mix, but that's what characterizes me. I was influenced by the whole world. I grew up with all cultures, but I kept my roots, like the olive trees that live for over 1,000 years.
Oh, peu cher. Oh, papa. Beautiful lady. J'ai l'impression de vous connaître. Mais c'est comme si je vous voyais pour la première fois.
Yes,
Oh,
everyone
Papa.
thinks they know me, and
beautiful.
every day is a discovery, especially for those who are from here. I know you well, Marius. You, the fisherman of Le Vieux Port. Just like the one who saw the first boats 2,600 years ago, you watch those who arrive every day, and those who leave, and you dream of the world. And I have been given so much. I have given a lot. They call me Massalia in Phocaea, Massilia in Roman. I am the Phocaean city. My name is Marseille.
Oh, Marseille. Marseille. Oh, Marseille. Oh, Marseille.
Please, welcome to the stage our MC for the day, Jean-Yves Batman, président du club Apex International.
Good morning, bonjour mesdames et messieurs, good morning ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to open this session of 2025 Global Business Forum. Please be welcome. We are very proud to receive you in Marseille for the first time. And I am John Batman. I'm president of International Club from the World Trade Center of Marseille. And we help the company for the region to export in any direction and to lead with the business, international business. Okay, today you are 56 countries and territories represented, and over 300 participants are registered. Belong you are industries represented include developers and operators, financial institutions, legal and consulting agencies, government agencies, and also economic development agencies and Chamber of Commerce. Please be welcome. Today, we have a mobile conference site to help you to guide through the event. So please scan the QR code to download it. The Wi-Fi information is also available on this slide. The Wi-Fi, yes. Network, okay. And we will show the QR code again during the day, okay? Regarding the translation, we have a second QR code. The code is to access Wordly, the translation platform. Please note this QR code generated translation. You can match the QR code again. And through on this site, you will be able to read the captions in any language you select on your device. Or if you'd like to listen to the translation, please make sure your headphone is right connected. Please, at first, we will have 3 speakers in session this morning. And to begin the day, we have the pleasure to welcome Mr. Benoit Vincent, Chief Executive Officer of the World Trade Center of Marseille, our host in this event. Please, Mr. Benoit Vincent.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I would like to take a few moments to introduce you to our premise and activities. To begin, here is a short video telling our story. Merci. Our organization is spread over 3 sites. The city center, right here, with over 2,000 square meters of event space. The Sky Center on the top floor of the La Marseillaise Tower, designed by architect Jean Nouvel. The Palais de la Bourse, where we'll be spending Wednesday evening. This historic venue is dedicated to gala evening. We offer 3 activities. Events. We host over 700 events a year. Business center activity. We have over 4,000 square meters of spaces and host over 300 companies. We offer all-inclusive services and a wide range of amenities, from corporate domiciliation to a private club at the top of the Sky Center. An international club. Club Apex has over 150 members and organizes over 40 events a year. The association is managed by Jean-Yves Batman, who will be hosting these morning conferences. For 40 years, the World Trade Center Marseille Provence has been at the service and companies, supporting them in their developments and doing everything possible to ensure that they work in the best possibility condition. For 40 years, we have been working with our partner to promote our city and develop the local economy. For 40 years, we have been networking locally and internationally to connect our businesses with the world. For 40 years, we have understood the power of networking because, as a famous African proverb says, alone we go faster, together we go further. Thank you. Welcome to Marseille.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Jean and Benoit for their hospitality and for their opening remarks. We're looking forward to having, obviously, a very, very successful meeting here, and it will be a successful meeting. I want to add one little piece of history to the presentation Benoit was making and Jean was making. The World Trade Center in Washington, D.C., the Ronald Reagan building, was conceived here in Marseille. It was born in Washington, D.C., but was conceived. A meeting that was held in Marseille a number of years ago for the association was attended by two U.S. senators, Senator Moynihan and Senator Simon from Illinois and Moynihan from New York, and they, in fact, created the legislation that created the World Trade Center in Washington, the Ronald Reagan building. So that's a little-known fact. It will disappear in a matter of a couple more years, and no one will ever remember it again. But I was here at the time and had the opportunity to meet them and work with them, and since then we've been managing and operating that building. So a little fact, I want to thank Marseille for giving me a job. So thank you, Marseille. Merci beaucoup. As Jean pointed out, this is our 55th meeting for the Global Business Forum, and we are delighted to have so many participants. I have 400 as my number. I think the same as you had, and we have 300 people attending the B2B business sessions. Now, think back just a few years ago, we did not have those business sessions. So we put that together, and we have a remarkable number of people participating today. And I'm hoping that we will take from this meeting a number of stories, success stories of people meeting here and doing business together as a result of meeting here. So again, 116 trade centers participating, hundreds of people, and again, I can't say more than I can repeat and repeat and repeat. I want to thank my colleagues in the board of directors for the time they give, the sincere concerns that they have about this association, the work they put in. So again, thank you, my fellows on the board, for all you do for this association, and I want to thank all of you for attending. And this will be a remarkable meeting. There are 30 speakers who are participating. There's 20 workshops that are being offered. And those workshops, I think, are going to contain a great deal of material that you can use for your World Trade Center, bring back home, and help strengthen our brand in your city. I also want to thank Ken Levinson, who's coming from the Washington International Trade Association. He's going to be joining us for the first time this year. He's pulling together, he's going to basically serve as a moderator for a panel that will start tomorrow morning and open up our day. It's going to discuss global outlook on navigating trade, real estate, and investment trends. On that panel, at the top of the panel will be Angela Elad, who's the Deputy Director General of the World Trade Center, WTO. So it's quite a cast of very knowledgeable people that will be talking to us tomorrow, and you'll hear, I think, a very lively conference taking place. And I want to thank Ken, again, for his willingness to come here. Ken Levinson is someone I hope you all have an opportunity to talk to and meet. Now, tonight there are regional dinners, and I want to encourage everyone to go to their regional dinner. Though I must say you can change regions if you want, if you think the restaurant that so-and-so is going to better than the one restaurant. I know there are people on my board who do make those decisions. They check menus and whatnot, and they decide where they want to come from next. So, but you're welcome to go. I think these dinners are extremely important for us because, again, it knits together the members in these various parts of the world. Gives them much more time together, gives them an informal setting to discuss, what's going on in their trade center, what's going on in this world. There's going to be a real estate summit as part of this program. Again, this is the first time, and it's going to be very comprehensive. It's going to look at real estate trends, innovations in real estate, collaborations that are taking place within the industry. So again, for those who are involved in development and those who would like to learn more about development, there's going to be a pretty extensive program as part of this meeting. So please pay attention to the time on that, and I hope you can participate or at least sit in and learn. So I think it's well worth your time and attention. In addition, tomorrow, there's a signing tomorrow night, which is the Connections Showcase. Now, that's MOUs that are signed between our members back and forth, and those MOUs matter because, quite frankly, it means that there's going to be special attention paid to in working with another member of this association this year, and those special efforts turn in generally into some very successful outcomes. So again, that's tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and you'll see, you'll participate and watch those signings, I hope, and I want to congratulate those who are going forward signing those MOUs with one another. There's also an introduction of the WTCA Members Catalog. It's a new publication. It shows showcasing over 300 World Trade Center businesses and from 100 countries. That's going to be available to you at this meeting. It's taken a good deal of effort on the part of Mariette and the team at headquarters in pulling this together, and our outside consultants on the media side. So please grab this book and take it with you. I know it's going to make a difference, and it's an outcome of a lot of work, a lot of thought, and I think it's very, very valuable to us. Now, a program like this is not easily put together, and I want to say this is a large program. So I have to, again, go back and thank Benoit and his team here in Marseille for the hours and the work that they put in working with our extraordinary headquarters team to bring together this meeting. I think after all that work, I hope you have time to attend as many things as possible, participate and enjoy the work that's been put into this, and I think it's going to be quite meaningful. And I believe, honestly, this is a meeting that's moving our quality of meeting up significantly. So we'll look forward to your feedback after the next couple of days, but I anticipate I'm going to have very, very good comments back, very constructive comments. But again, thank you for all this hard work and effort that's been put into helping us bring this meeting together. Now, the final point I'm going to end on is that we spent in the board meeting in the past couple of days a great deal of time talking about the situation that we find ourselves in economically right now in the world. And in particular, what should the World Trade Center Association be saying and doing right now? So I have behind me a statement that has been developed on behalf of the board and on behalf of all of you. So I just wish you'd take a moment and read through it with me. We are committed to promoting free and fair trade. We're committed to open markets and to a healthy competition. We believe that these principles foster an environment that attracts investment, drives prosperity, fuels economic growth. Through our global network of independent World Trade Centers, we actively support these values by facilitating international business connections and trade opportunities worldwide. I think what we're trying to summarize here is the fact that we believe in a global market, and we participate in assisting the development and the growth of business in a global market. All of us who are in the trade facilitation business know that trade has been going on since the Phoenicians and the Greeks and the Romans were here in Marseille, and it will go on, I hope, for another thousands of years. But more successfully developed because of the work of our trade centers. As I mentioned last night, we're at a point where the World Trade Center itself is able to play, I think, a very important role if we choose to play that role. That is to be the facilitator of business, that is to be the voice of our local businesses. Not a political voice, but a business voice. What's going on factually, what's happening, how are people adjusting to the changes that are taking place economically. We're able to be frontline, talking to businesses, have that information, and I'm hoping that we're able to share it easily amongst ourselves as we go forward this year. And if we do that, I am positive that the World Trade Center Association is going to, in fact, facilitate a better economic environment because of your work and your connection with business and your knowledge. So please, I think, take full advantage of this time. bring back knowledge to your business members, encourage your business members to share their thoughts and ideas with you and the leadership of the World Trade Centers, and share that knowledge in our network between each other so that we can, in fact, be that accurate, factual voice of knowledge about what is happening, how businesses are reacting, how they're dealing with this. And I hope at the end of this year, when we get back, or next year when we get back together, we can talk about the progress that the World Trade Centers have made in addressing better trade, fair trade, open trade. So I think we have a lot to do. I think we're capable of doing it. And I want to encourage all of you to take full advantage of this meeting and the hard work that's gone into it. And I hope that we leave here in a couple of days feeling, hey, we've got a great network, we've got a great team, we have a great family of members, and we're going to take full advantage of it to, in fact, make this world a better, safer, freer world. So thank you very, very much.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Delighted to be with you here today. Today I'm representing the Chamber of Commerce of Aix-Marseille Provence and its chairman, Jean-Luc Chauvin, who couldn't be here today. So I have the pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Jean-Luc Chauvin, our president. So just a few words about the city and the region in which you are today. To give you some perspective, in a few words, this region is about the size of Belgium, and it's about the population of Finland, broadly speaking. So, and Marseille stands as one of the most international cities in France and in Europe. We are anchored here in this village, in this city, since 2600 years, when the Greek sailors came here. So it's a long history. It goes back, and John mentioned that briefly. So it's part of the heritage that we have here. Marseille is the second largest city in France, with around 1 million population, and it continues to strengthen its profile in the economy space. Here there are 10 key assets, and I would like you to keep those in mind when you will go back to your various cities, locations. First of all, it's a mix of civilizations since the Greek sailors came here. Second, demographics are strong here, and diversity is also one key point in this city. The location is a premium location in the middle of the Mediterranean, and actually the focus of your forum, Gateway to the Mediterranean, sounds right. It's really what we are here today in Marseille. And not only the Mediterranean, but also the connection with Central and North Europe, thanks to the Rhone connection. We have also one of the major port infrastructures in Marseille. It's the largest port in France, especially thanks to the traffic, to the activity in the energy space and mineral industrials. And the port is connected with 500 ports worldwide. Also, our economy is quite diversified. It's internationally diversified. It's diversified in terms of product. Just to give you an idea, to pinpoint one example, in the digital space, we have more than 10,000 companies employing more than 50,000 people, just in the digital space. Also, we are very active in terms of tech, biotech, maritime industries. We are quite lucky to have a very strong platform in terms of education and research, and Marseille hosts the largest university in France and one of the largest in Europe. The human capital is big here, as you have understood, coming long ago, but also thanks to the universities, to the platform, to the demographics. It's one of the most diverse and most dynamic population. And the two last assets I would like to comment on briefly. Marseille has been always a very active city in terms of culture, in terms of tourism, and it's a prime location. And I'm sure you will enjoy your stay here with us. Quality of life is a key point, but not only quality of life, it's also to make it sustainable. And that's what we are trying to do with a lot of investments in terms of urban city, renewables, green solutions, smart city. And we are also hosting the largest urban renovation program in Europe, in Southern Europe, with Euro-Mediterranean. And last point I would like to share with you, Marseille has strong partnerships with African and Mediterranean cities all around the region. So very important. To conclude this brief presentation, very brief, Marseille is a connected city. It's combining trade, innovation, cultural influence. Thanks to our unique position in the Mediterranean and our connection with the African space. Last, I would like to thank you, John. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for coming here in Marseille. I would like to thank you for your attention, and I wish you a great stay in Marseille. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said just before, you have 56 countries and territories. As you probably know, we have the most important delegation of consulate in Marseille. More than 76 consulate, and the last one was opened last February with Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the President Macron. And you have a big delegation of India, so everybody be welcome again. Thank you very much. So you are represented to the Global Business Forum in the map just behind me. And throughout the GBF, the World Trade Center Association, will be tracking the connections made during the course of the forum. You will have the chance to see these connections and on this map just behind me later on in our program. Okay, you will have the chance to see this connection. And in the meantime, we invite you to stop to the World Trade Center Association booth, just here on the same floor, to learn more about the connection activation. Now, I have the pleasure to welcome, in the theme of Gateway to Mediterranean, please join me to welcome Mr. Mathieu Capionneau, partner of Crofi Corec, at the stage. Thank you very much.
Ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, allow me. Welcome to Marseille! Thank you all for attending this 55th Global Business Forum of the World Trade Association. Like I said, my name is Matthew. I was born and raised in Marseille, but for the next 10 minutes, I will have the opportunity to show you what the real Marseille is. So first of all, a strategic position. Marseille enjoys an exceptional geographic location in Southern Europe, making it a crucial gateway linking Europe, Africa, Middle East, and the world. The port of Marseille, handling more than 77 million tons of goods in 2023 and even more in 2024, ranked as the second largest Mediterranean port, a critical hub for maritime trade, logistics, and global energy flows. Pierre was referring to it. We are committed to becoming Europe's leader in renewable energies, investing over 1 billion by 2030, notably in green hydrogen and wind panel. Marseille also connectivity is reinforced by air travel and rail network. With the international airport Marseille Provence, we connect the region with more than 150 destinations around the world directly, and more than 10 million passengers come through that airport annually. The high-speed train in Marseille linked Paris within a 3 hours reach and Lyon within a 1 hour reach. And we also are investing to make a link between Italy and Spain through Marseille. The economic dynamism, obviously we are a city we are a port, but we not only are focusing on the business trade, we also have a lot of economic pillars. The first one is digital and technology, with Made in Soft, Cyber Campus, clusters such as Actantis, or the French Tech Initiative. The city has become a major hub for startups and innovation. Health and biotechnology, the Aerobiomed clusters, or the Association Grand Lumini, fosters advancements in health sector. Maritime and logistics, the Grand Port Maritime de Marseille remains a significant asset for international trades. Worldwide leaders such as CMA CGM, DFSDS, shippers, handlers, and every actors within the trade and logistics customs are located in Marseille. Tourism and hospitality, Marseille's growing popularity. I'm sure you've read the articles in the New York Times saying that Marseille is one of the top destinations for the last 2 years. As a tourist destination, opens numerous opportunities in these sectors. But we also have industry and energy. Industry, the ex-Marseille area hosts significant industries, especially in Aix-en-Provence, home to global tech and energy clusters. Leading companies such as Airbus Helicopters, ST Microelectronics, and ITER, the International Nuclear Fusion Project, illustrate the region's industrial and technological strength, generating thousands of high-skilled jobs. A digital and data center. Really nearby, we have the port and the Marseille port I was referring to. We already have 4 major data centers, and the 5th one is coming this year. With the digital and data center, we are now the 5th largest hub for data center, attracting global giants such as Interaction, Orange, Amazon, and enhancing our strategic digital connectivity. We also have the main submarine cables, and we are connecting already 5 billion people through Marseille. Tourism and economy. Tourism and economy boost Marseille's economy. Each year, 6 million visitors generate around 1.5 billion annually. Additionally, Marseille is France's leading cruise port and welcoming nearly 2 million cruise passengers yearly. The city regularly hosts international events such as the 2023 Rugby World Cup, the 2024 Paris Olympics, and will actively participate in the 2030 Winter Olympics. I was referring to sports. Marseille won yesterday. So, of course, I support Olympique de Marseille. That's not a question. That's not even a question. But the Olympique de Marseille itself contributes to over 250 million euros of revenues in the city. But we are not only a city of soccer or football, but also a lot of sports are here in Marseille. First of all, the Rugby Club Toulon and Provence. We also have the first Provence basket, 3 ADP tennis tournaments in Marseille and Cassis and Aix-en-Provence. We also have the Spartiate, the hockey, in a city where the sun is 300 days per year. We have one of the biggest teams in hockey. It's a brand new one, but I assure you, if you come in Marseille in wintertime, just go to see the Spartiates. And finally, the swimming club, the Cercle des Nageurs de Marseille, with all the gold medal here training in Marseille, such as Florent Manodou, Fabien Gillot, and etc. Finally, an innovation ecosystem. The whole ecosystem is pretty full with Marseille. First of all, incubators and accelerators, structures like Marseille Innovation, Accélérateur M, Le Carburateur, a lot of structures offer personalized support to startups and young entrepreneurs. Networking opportunities. This one today, numerous events, TEDs, meetups, conferences facilitates connection among entrepreneurs, investors, and industry experts. This supportive environment encourages innovation and position Marseille as an attractive destination for business creation and development. Just to let you know, the growth of Marseille is 2 times higher than the French one. Geographic and real estate advantages. Marseille's strategic locations offer unparalleled advantages. Gateway to the Mediterranean, European connectivity, and also a regional hub that connects Marseille to key economic centers within the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region. Additionally, Marseille provides attractive real estate opportunities, developing business zones such as Euro-Méditerranée, such as Château-Gombert Technopole, or the Belle de Media Park. Competitive property prices, office and commercial space costs are lower here than in Paris and Lyon. And urban renewal initiative, we were referring to Euro-Méditerranée, the largest reconstruction program of Southern Europe, the revitalization of La Joliette and the Vieux Port, the Old Port, creates new opportunities in dynamics and modernized areas. But, of course, Marseille is the best. But not only we want to show you the best of Marseille, but we also have an amazing quality of life. We offer unmatched within Europe cities. First and foremost, we enjoy a specific location. We have the sea, we have the port. But we are close to the Southern Alps by 3 hours ride. We are at the ski resorts such as Vars-Risoul, Orsières-Merlette, Les Ors, Montgenèvre, etc., etc. And like I said, the 2030 Winter Olympic is coming, so this geographic advantage means residents can literally ski in the morning and enjoy a seaside dinner the same evening. I haven't done it yet. Marseille's culinary culture is another significant draw, characterized by extraordinary richness and diversity. The city proudly hosts numerous world-renowned chefs and several Michelin-starred restaurants that celebrate both tradition and innovation. From vibrant markets offering French Mediterranean produce to acclaimed gastronomic establishments, Marseille provides a true paradise for food lovers. And adding to this extraordinary lifestyle, Marseille is home to the Parc National des Calanques, the first peri-urban national park in Europe and third largest in the world after Cape Town and Sydney. We offer extensive network of trails, ideal for hiking, climbing, and exploring. So Marseille's strong commitment to sustainability and provides a peaceful environment that significantly enhances the well-being and productivity of its inhabitants. In short, Marseille's unbeatable combination of coastal and alpine leisure, world-class gastronomy, vibrant cultural heritage, and outstanding natural parks make it one of Europe's most attractive locations for living, working, and investing. But finally, we have a rich history between heritage and modernity we have been created by Greek 2,600 years ago. The city history can be admired through the Vieux Port, through Notre-Dame de la Garde, or through the Panier. These remarkable sites symbolized Marseille's diverse cultural influences and enduring prosperity. Reflecting its maritime heritage and long-standing commercial tradition, Marseille is also home to the world's oldest chamber of commerce, established in 1599. This institution exemplifies the city's pioneer role in international trades. So, ladies and gentlemen, Marseille is undoubtedly dynamic, and I'm sure now you think like me. Dynamic, innovative, strategically located, and poised for continuous growth, its robust economic environment, rich cultural heritage, historical significance, exceptional quality of life, and dedicated entrepreneurial ecosystem offer unparalleled investment and opportunities for collaboration and development. So I warmly invite each of you, entrepreneurs, leaders, and investors, to join us in Marseille and contribute to this exciting economic journey. Finally, I would like to offer a big round of applause for the local team of the World Trade Center Marseille Provence, Benoit and Yael. who have been working for months with the World Trade Association to show you the best of what we offer here. Thank you very much for your attention, and welcome to Marseille.
Oh, Ouais. Hey, no.
Can you hear, Marius?
Hey.
It's a cruise ship arriving with all these people coming to visit me. What a joy to be able to welcome them.
Hey, j'entends, mais je ne vois rien.
No, you can't see them from the old port. They are arriving at the big port. They come from all over the world. They are visiting, they are joyful, curious, and I feel good with them. I dress in sunshine, I put smiles in the market, and I prepare the best dishes for them to feel good.
Oh, bonne mère! Oh, papa! Oh, je les vois! Oh, hey! Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Ah! Aioli, my friends! Aioli!
Aioli means hello here.
Aioli!
And to greet each other, we can also simply shake hands. Show them, Marius.
Hey. Oh, yes, of course. Aioli, my friends. Hey, aioli.
Ladies and
Aioli.
gentlemen,
Aioli.
would you please shake hands with
Aioli.
your neighbor on the right,
Aioli,
on the left, in front?
Aioli. Yes, together.
Yeah, and behind.
Hey. Aioli. Hey.
Yes,
Hey.
this is how I welcome you, with the warmth
Aioli.
of the people from the
Hey.
south, with respect for those who honor me to their visit. From the old port to L'Estac, the large maritime port inaugurated in 1966
Oh, la pêche,
welcomes containers, oil tankers, ferries, and is increasingly developing with new technologies. From Tangier to Barcelona, from Corsica to Italy, from the east to America, the sea connects us. It is thanks to the Mediterranean that we've been meeting since antiquity until today and tomorrow. It will always be there with its waves, its storms, its warmth, its legends, its explorers.
Eh oui, oh, bonne mère, eh oui, oh, papa peu cher. Explorers like Magellan, Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus, hein, papa.
Yes, they all set off from the Mediterranean to discover the vast world.
Oh. Yeah. Moi, celui que je préfère, c'est Ulysse, dans l'Odyssée. Quand il visite tous les pays.
Ulysses was born from the imagination of the poet Homer, and he might well be the first tour operator in the world. Once again, everything starts from our great blue sea.
Moi, j'aime bien que l'imagination, hein. Ça me fait voyager et ça me fait rêver.
So,
Oh, papa.
let's continue to imagine, to dream, and to build.
Ah, yeah.
Hello again. Okay. Now that everybody has logged on the mobile site, okay, please notice that you have a button to ask a question if you need to ask some question to our speakers. So you have a slide on which you can select the current session at this stage. Okay. This is where you will submit some question you wish to our speakers throughout the program. during all the day. Okay? So now please join and welcome me our next session. The name is Shifting Global Trade Dynamics, Strategies for Success in an Evolving Marketplace. The panel is led by Mr. Scott Center, Board President of the World Trade Center of Savannah and member of the WTCA Board of Directors. Mr. Please come. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Scott Center. And then he joined Mrs. Amal Louis, Director of Business Development of the International Solution of the Grand Port Maritime de Marseille, Marseille Fosse. Mrs. Wabo Yang, Deputy Director General of CCPIT from Shenzhen. And Mr. Carles Anglada, CEO of the World Trade Center of Barcelona. So, thank you very much. This panel will explore the rapidly changing landscape of global trade with a specific focus on the Mediterranean strategy roles in the international trade corridor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Scott Center, as he mentioned, and I'm from Savannah. And we have, if you come visit in Savannah, just like they have Maurice greet you here, we have a character also. We have Forrest Gump, who will come and greet you if anybody's seen the movie. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to read a little bit more about each of you so everyone will know what distinguished people we have. First, I'm going to start with you, Amal. Amal Louis is a maritime industry expert with 22 years of experience. Began her career at Marfret, managing vessel operations in the intra-European and Mediterranean short sea market and leading project development. Since 2023, she has served as the Director of Business Development and Intermodal Solutions at Grand Port Maritime de Marseille. She also holds a 2-year term as President of Via Marseille Fosse, an association established in the 1990s to promote the Marseille Port area. She has actively been involved in industry representative bodies. She served as the president of the Association of Ship Agents and Brokers for 5 years before becoming the vice president at the national level. She was also a member of the Development Council of the Grand Port Maritime de Marseille and the supervisory board of Marseille Gyptis International for 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Carlos Anglada from WTC Barcelona is trained as a civil engineer and is an MBA. He has, for 35 years in general management in several sectors, public administration, services, industrial, and FMCG companies. Since 2023, he's had the responsibility of managing WTC Barcelona with 3 main goals: turning WTC Barcelona into a real estate manager for all the assets of the Port of Barcelona, helping the port to reposition its commercial strategies to a more sustainable business model by opening, and will soon open, the Blue Tech Port, the major blue economic hub in Europe, and to redefine the site after the COVID crisis, turning into a business hub and opening opening the city and its citizens to revitalize the complex. And most everyone around the world has seen the iconic building, the World Trade Center Barcelona, and since he came on, it's been a lot more than a building now. It's really a thriving World Trade Center in our network, and it's recognized as iconic building. Just a month ago, the World Wrestling Federation had its big giant event in Barcelona, and they opened the wrestling match with a beautiful view of the World Trade Center Barcelona. So even the one American export that nobody's going to be tariffing, our wrestling, is well represented here. And then Habo Yang is the Deputy Director General, the CCPIT Shenzhen. Yang is a visionary leader with a profound commitment to societal progress. Her contributions to international diplomacy, urban innovation, social equity underscore her expertise and dedication. Her current position is she's a deputy chairperson of the Shenzhen Committee of the China Zhigong Party. She's level 2 inspector at the Shenzhen Council for the Promotion of International Trade, and she's a deputy director of the Overseas Liaison Committee, Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan Liaison Committee of the 16th Central Committee of Qingzagong Party. So thank you very much for being here. I've got my resume, but I think it's kind of awkward for me to sit here and read my resume. Anybody want to read? Okay, you're fine.
I'll do it.
No. So, but I'm Scott Center. I'm with World Trade Center Savannah. I own a company in Savannah called National Office Systems, and we do commercial interiors. So thank you, everyone, for paying attention and joining us today. I would like each person to tell us a little bit of opening statement of which you'd like to let us to know about you. You want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here. I'm representing the Port of Marseille, one of the leadest ports in France. And I can see here the objective, the gateway to Mediterranean. I would say the Port of Marseille is the gateway to Europe as well, since we have a lot of connections. But let's focus about the port as a location. The port of Marseille, Fos. Usually we say Port of Marseille, but there are two harbors. Actually, the eastern harbor, which is located at the heart of the city, and the western harbor, which is located at 75 kilometers from Marseille. The eastern harbor is can host different kind of ships, and we have different activities. Actually, the port is a multi-purpose port, but we have activities such as containers, vehicles, but cruise ships, ro-ro activity for North Africa, but also for Corsica. And we have also one of the largest ship repair platform in the Med, which is called La Forme 10. The western harbor is more dedicated to industrial use because we have a lot of industries located over there, but also we can accommodate the big ships, the 24,000 TEUs, and we have 2 LNG terminals, different activities, as I said, from liquid bulk to vehicle to ro-ro to LNG, a lot of things that we do here in Marseille. Just to give you some figures, last year we have 70,000 million ton. Sorry, not 70,000 million ton, just a 70 million ton.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. 70 million ton. And we have one of the largest also logistics platforms that we are extending this year, and a lot of projects that we are hosting. The port actually is transitioning all the activities of the port, all the industrial that are located in the port are transitioning to and transforming their activities, but the port is doing exactly the same thing. Can give you some example. We have deployed the onshore power supply, for example, for the in Marseille. The port actually has been connected since 2017 because we are connecting the ferries. But at the end of this year, we will be able to connect cruise ships, and we will be ready to be connecting all the activities of the Eastern Harbor in 2029. It means before regulation comes, and that's one of the very important thing that we are proud of. We are hosting, of course, different newcomers coming with the new project regarding decarbonization, such as industrial producing e-methanol, ammonia, but also hydrogen. And one other example that I can talk about is DEOS, which is one of the largest turbine windmills project that we will be settling in Fos-sur-Mer. The objective is to produce 250 megawatt to 750 megawatt of energy to be used, of course, for the whole industry, but also used for the national needs. So yeah, I just gave you a brief introduction. I didn't know that I have to do it. But
Well, you did great. Well, yeah, thank you very much. The Mediterranean, the whole region is very important. The port of Savannah actually handles 24% of all container traffic from the Mediterranean for the United States. Port of Savannah has 24% of everything that comes out of the Mediterranean going to the United States.
yes,
so
absolutely. The U.S. is one of the largest markets that we are doing at the port of Marseille.
Great. Thank you. Ms. Yang.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. I come from Shenzhen, China, southern coastal city near Hong Kong, and it's my great honor to have the chance to talk about how we can promote the international trade and investment in this changing global market. Shenzhen is located in the core center of Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area. And Shenzhen is the window of Chinese reform and opening up, because we are the first established and fastest developed special economic zone in China. And now we also play a very important role of showing the world what is the Chinese modernized nation. And as the core center of the Greater Bay Area, we call it the GBA. Now, GBA is the fastest, biggest, and also the most vibrant Bay Area in China, and also the leading Bay Area in the world. This area, I mean, the GBA, the area is around 56,000 square kilometers, and with a population of around over 100 million. Yes, huge, right? Yes, and in this region, we have city clusters, 9+2, including Hong Kong, Macau, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and the other major cities in this region. And we also have the port clusters, 10+7. We have 10 international seaports and 7 international airports in this area. And we also, in this area, we have industry clusters. Almost all the industrial categories listed by the United Nations can be found in this region. And so last year, the GDP of GBA was 14 trillion RMB. That's around 1.9 billion US dollars, accounting for 1/9 of the total of China's GDP. And the container throughput last year was 85 million TEUs, also ranking the first globally. So can you guess how much contributions from Shenzhen, the city where I come from? The GDP of GBA, we contribute 25%. And in terms of the container throughputs, 40%. So my point of the view is, if in the future we strengthen the close link and the contemporary collaboration between GBA and the Mediterranean region, we can set off a new wave of global trade. And Shenzhen can play a very active role in it. That's my statement.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very exciting area. So. Okay, Carlos, tell us.
I'm a bit impressed, actually. Aioli, bonjour, bonjour Marseille, bonjour tout le monde. Je suis très heureux d'être avec vous aujourd'hui. I'm very, very proud, I'm very honored. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's a joy, and it's also a great responsibility. When we talked with Scott, and I asked myself, what am I doing here? Why the Port of Barcelona sent me here to talk about shifting global trade dynamics and the strategies for success. To be honest, I'm a newcomer to the port community. As you've mentioned, I arrived at the World Trade Center in 2023, so it's not even 2 years yet. So what am I doing here? The Port of Barcelona started redefining itself 20 years ago, issuing the first strategic plan ranging from 2006 to 2010. Then we have updated that strategic plan three more times, from 11, 15, 16, 20, 21, 25, and right now we are undergoing our 5th strategic planning, which I am one of the members of the committee. So 20 years ago, we realized we couldn't compete in terms of figures globally if we talk about Shenzhen or if we talk about Tangermet or any other, or some ports in the States. So we stopped measuring our performance in terms of millions of tons of total traffic, millions of TEUs, millions of tons of bulk on solids and liquids, thousands of vehicles and so on. I'm not saying that that's not important, that it's very, very important. But at the end of the road, that is what brings us the economic strength. But we stated that there were other things also important. So we started thinking differently. And among other things, we redefined completely our mission, the mission of the Port of Barcelona. And along with the port community, we came up with a mission that states that our mission is to generate prosperity in our community by increasing competitiveness of our customers, providing them efficient and sustainable services, transportation and logistics, and also increasing our social impact. Let's not forget that Port of Barcelona is very much linked to the city. It's actually in the city, and our social impact is more and more important every day, not just for the Port of Barcelona, but for the city itself, for the city authorities, and for the citizens. So, in this definition of our mission that came up about 20 years ago, there are 3 pillars, which are economic, environmental, and social sustainability. And after defining our mission in such terms, at the port we started measuring ourselves according to these 3 pillars. So we stopped measuring ourselves with all those things that I was mentioning before, and we started measuring ourselves on how many billions we were generating in foreign trade value. So in a way, it's not the weight that counts, it's the value that's within the box. We started counting ourselves on the percentage of electrified wharves, as Amal was mentioning. So it's not the things we do that matter, that how we do things that matter to us. And then we started measuring also about thousands of people working at the port, visiting the port. It's citizens that matter. So when you start measuring yourself in such terms, you realize that achieving your goals and fulfilling your mission is much more difficult. At least for us, it was much more difficult. So you must start doing things differently. And you start doing different things, you start doing them differently, and then you start diversifying. And the Port of Barcelona prides itself in being one of the more diversified ports in the world. So for us, diversification is the word, is the key word, because what we want to become is a smart port. SMART is the acronym for sustainable, multimodal, agile, resilient, and transparent. So needless to say that in the Port of Barcelona there are hundreds of different companies. It's 1,200 hectares. More than 40,000 people comes to work there every day. 85 billion euros in terms of added value. So many companies providing all kinds of services and goods, logistics, transport, freight forwarders, you mentioned it. But also, Port of Barcelona owns, and it's the main shareholder and the key driver for 17 different companies with a total revenue of 400 million euros. And those 17 companies rank from logistics to inclusion for vulnerable people, from property management, sorry to say, to e-commerce platforms, and from train logistics to universities. So diversification has brought technology, innovation, social care, talent, internationalization, among other things. It has allowed Port of Barcelona to focus on efficiency and sustainability as a way to ensure competitiveness. As I was mentioning before, it's stated in our mission. Digitalization, energy transition, open innovation, talent attraction are some of the strategies for success that we are embracing. Talking about talent attraction, not Port of Barcelona, Barcelona as a city is usually ranked among the top 5 cities in Europe in talent attraction in any field. So among this ecosystem of these 17 companies is where the World Trade Center Barcelona exists. World Trade Center is one of those 17 companies owned by the Port of Barcelona. We are fully committed to adding economic and social value to our community, and to do so, we are undergoing a profound change in many ways. But specifically, I will mention only 2 of them, then we can talk more if you want to. On one side, becoming a business hub, where companies shall have an added value for being part of the ecosystem. We are working to generate impacts among the companies in our complex. We are focusing on tenants, on several verticals, and we are organizing all sorts of events to generate connections, and I would say turning the World Trade Center into a real World Trade Center, what a World Trade Center should be. On the other side, we want to impact the social life of our city. We want to be there for our citizens, improving the life quality and contributing to their cultural and social life. And to do so, we are undergoing a profound change in our facilities, opening them to the city. I don't know, for those of you who have been there just a couple of years ago, you had the feeling when you went into the World Trade Center that you were in a closed space, in an exclusive space, turning our back to the city, and the citizens didn't go there because there was nothing there for them. So we want people walking on our docks that they were closed to visitors. We want to come to rest in our plaza, eat in our restaurants, and row in our waters. We are opening a rowing club. So we are fully committed to be part of the city's social and cultural life. And I guess I'm here to tell you about this. That's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carlos. You know, I ask myself the same question. What am I doing here? So, yeah,
well, you better know.
So one thing, it's interesting how you measure your success with the amount of jobs you create. One thing we do in Savannah, at the Port of Savannah, is in addition to the actual people working at the ports, we kind of measure how many jobs that creates outside of the port. So in the state of Georgia, the Georgia ports is responsible for 610,000 jobs. Not people just working at the port, but the jobs that are created through that. So I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Are y'all ready for that? Okay. Yeah. Amal, will you tell us a little bit more about the green corridor that you're involved with?
Okay, thank you. Before telling you anything about corridors, okay, I just would like to highlight that the Port of Marseille has one of the major assets, which is infrastructure. And this infrastructure has been built since the 70s. And if we are to decide to rebuild exactly the same, we won't be able to do it in a very short time. We'll be able to do it in really, we need more than 2 or 3 decades to build such infrastructure. So this is very important. We have, as I said, 2 LNG terminals, but also pipes. We have a lot of infrastructure that can enable us to connect to the whole world. And corridors is one of the real lever for accelerating this connection to the world. And we have been last week at the Singapore Maritime Week, as a matter of fact, to work with the MPA on implementing a green maritime corridor. And how do we do it? Because it's with MPA, but we are working with we've been working with the Port of New York, for example. Last year, they come here with different ports in China as well. And we do it using three, let's say, three levels. First, on collaboration, because we're working closely with different ports, but also with the different shipping companies. Without shipping companies, we cannot implement green corridors. That's very important. On regulatory side, France provides a strong national strategy for maritime decarbonization. Locally, we've been a pioneer, as I said, on shore connections. And Marseille is more than a port. We've been also producing our electricity. So this is some subjects that we have in common with some ports all over the world. And it is important. We are ambitioning to be a multi-energy hub. We've been bunkering LNG with one of a beautiful lady called Gas Vitality, which has been deployed by Total Energy, but also CMA. And we've been providing bunkers for cruise ships, but also for container ships and for other kind of ships. And we are working on deploying another ship at the port, but also working with all these different industries that will be implemented at the port of Marseille to produce e-methanol, but also sustainable aviation fuel. And this will at least enable us to be able to have this green maritime corridor with other ports, with our other places all over the world, and be able to attract the traffic, because this is the main issue. And as I said, a green corridor is more than, it's not just more than two ports. We need to work with other stakeholders to be able to implement it. And having a company such as CMA CGM head office at the port of Marseille is definitely a competitive advantage. But we have other global carriers located also at the port of Marseille with the big agencies such as MSC, Hapag-Lloyd, and all the alliances are operating lines between the east and west, north and south at the port of Marseille. And this is one of the major competitive advantage for us. And we are trying to, let's say, do our best to have this green corridor settled, because if we succeed to have a green corridor, we are going to, of course, attract and be competitive and have the development of the traffic of the port in motion. So.
CMA is a big client, good customer to the Savannah port. So anybody from CMA here? But yeah, thank them for us from the Port of Savannah for calling us. Ms. Yang,
Yes.
since you mentioned the importance of the cooperation between the GBA and the Mediterranean region, what would be your specific suggestions on two-way trade and investment between the regions?
Okay. I think that many areas can be promoted for the cooperation. These both regions have all unique geographical locations, right? And Mediterranean region has long history, rich natural resources, and also has the advantage of a service industry, green industry, new energy, blah, blah, blah. So, and the GBA, just what I introduced it to you, we have complete supply chain. We have very strong manufacturing industry. Yes, and yeah, huge market, and also innovation and technology. So I think at least in the future we can focus on three major areas for the cooperation, the promotion. Firstly, is the cooperation in the field of port and supply chain. These two regions have the port advantages, right? Yes. So by strengthening the cooperation between ports, actually Shenzhen has already set up 26 sister ports in the world, and around 10 of them are from Europe, including the port of Barcelona, port of Toronto, and Genoa, and the others. So I think by strengthening the cooperation between the ports, we can actually optimize the cargo transportation networks, better use the existing ones, but also open the new ones according to the needs of the markets, of the needs of the companies. And in that way, we also can improve the management of the ports, exchange some experience and good technologies. So in this way, we can also improve the efficiency of the logistics service. If we do this, we can actually help to optimize the layout of the supply chains. There's also good news. Yes, you would like to know the good news, right? So in Shenzhen, we have hosted the China International Logistics and Supply Chain Fair for the last 17 years, and this year is the 18 years. Yes, will be held in Shenzhen in September 23 to 25. And this is actually the largest of this kind in the world. And last year, the total exhibition area was around 100,000 square meters, and around 51 countries sent the exhibitors and also the delegation to attend the fair. So I think this is a very good opportunity and platform for us to promote the cooperation in the ports, in the logistics service, and also in the supply chain. And the second area I think we can promote for the cooperation is the scientific and technological innovation. These two regions have numerous universities, R&D institutions, and high-tech enterprises. So by strengthening the scientific and technological cooperation, actually both regions can actually conduct like the research in the field of including the AI, the biomedicine, and new energy, etc. And also we can transform them into the real products, real service. Because when you consider the huge market of GBA, the great manufacturing and industry force, so it will make us work more efficient. And Shenzhen, the commercialization of R&D research achievements actually is 1.8 times faster than the average in China. So, and Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Guangzhou innovation corridor has also ranked the second globally in the last 5 years. So this is the second area I proposed for the cooperation. And the third area I think is definitely this in the field of tourism and culture. Yes. Yesterday afternoon, my colleagues and I, we visited the Mediterranean Museum. Yes, this region has a rich ancient historical civilization and unique artistic styles, etc. So I think there are plenty of things in the cooperation in the field of the tourism and culture. For example, we can actually work together to have the city promotion. Actually, not only the tourism and culture, but we can combine the trade and the investment promotion together. Recent years, CCPIT Shenzhen, we have done a lot of these kind of things. Yes, combine the trade promotion and the culture, tourism together. And we found it's more effective, and it's more easier for us to bring people together to promote the cooperation. And the CCPIT, we're looking forward to working together with the WTCA family members. In the future, we can conduct these kind of activities. Like we can have Marseille, Shenzhen Week in Marseille and Marseille Week in Shenzhen. So we can arrange the multinational trip, the locals, and also organize the matchmaking meetings for the business people, and also accompany with the culture and tourism activities events together. That's a lot of fun, right? Yeah, yeah. And also the hotel industry is also a very important area. We can actually introduce the brand hotels to the locals. When I talk about the hotel hotel industry, not only the big ones, like Hilton, Sangrina, no, but also include the small ones, small brand, but it's with very interesting specific styles, characteristics. And Shenzhen is a migrant city. You know, people are very energetic and they accept all kinds of cultures. Okay. Maybe we can have the a hotel of with Mediterranean styles in Shenzhen. That would be a lot of fun also. Yes, and the cruise is also a very important area for the futures cooperation. And Shenzhen, we so far did around 75 buses for over 100,000 tons, including the containers, oil and gas, and also cruise. But we only have 3 of them right now. But in the future, we would like to construct more. And we are looking forward to international partners to help us to build the new cruise ports and open the new shipping routes. And that is also why my colleagues from Shanghai Circle Free Trade Zone, they come. They are looking for the partners right now this time. Yes, but many things we can actually
Thank you.
for the cooperation,
Great.
okay?
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much. We've got an app, and you can ask questions from the audience. And Carlos, I'm going to give one from the audience from you, if that's okay. We're all very scared. We're in a time of fear. We're all traders, and there's a lot of terrified people out there right now. What are your thoughts on the current geopolitical climate, how it's going to affect trade? I'll start with you, and then anyone else who wants to answer it could chime in also. But you start. And
okay, I start. That's an easy one, right?
Well, that's what everybody wants to hear.
Okay, you don't see it, but we have a screen here with a clock that it's ticking. Tick, tick, tick. So we only have 7 minutes left. So there's, I don't know. I suppose we are intrinsically optimistic. So I would say that no matter what, we keep thinking that we will go forward.
That's right.
For sure, we will have to redefine some of our relations. But in terms of Europe, now I'm not talking about just Barcelona, but I would say that in terms of Europe, and since we are here in the Mare Nostrum, our sea, I think there might be a huge opportunity coming up. And I would leave it there. Let's see if we can take advantage of that opportunity.
You look like you want to answer that. You look eager to talk about that. Did I misread the room? Did you want to tackle that or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try do my best to answer this tricky question. Okay. As the Port of Barcelona said, we are optimistic as well. So I think that in all the difficult times, we should see opportunities, and we see opportunities. From our perspective, at least, we are preparing ourselves to the best. So we are changing, transforming the port with the strategic planning for the forthcoming year, but also with the vision to 2050. So we are preparing and trying to work with other ports. As a matter of fact, we are going to Shenzhen this year.
Yes.
So hopefully we will sign the MOU between our ports. We've been in Guangdong last year. We think that what's going on geopolitically speaking is affecting us last year in a good way, because we had +9% for container activity, for example, Yeah, all the other Mediterranean ports were very congested, and we have one of the competitive advantage. The port has a really different terminals to be accommodating different, cargo ships. So we had to manage all the flow last year, and we took it as an opportunity. And for the future, we think that we should be just focusing on business and just focusing on being preparing ourselves, and let's the politics do their jobs for the time being.
I agree with that, and I agree with you, Carlos, that this is a crisis, but it shows the value of the World Trade Center Association, because trade is always going to find the best way through. It's like water; it's going to find the easiest route, and that's why we have all these countries that we have boots on the ground, people who are experts in trade. So whatever comes next, we're gonna respond to it, and also the private companies, they've already been working on this, and they're going to come up with great solutions. They have the best minds in the world working on that. So I think there's an opportunity for the World Trade Center Association. So thank you all very much for your time. I would like to, on behalf of World Trade Center Savannah, invite everyone here. We're having our annual luncheon May 15th. It's sold out, but if you come, you can sit at my table on my treat. And if you stay an extra week, we're actually, Carlos can have the World Wrestling Federation there on May 23rd. So, and I'd like to end, we've got a little sizzle reel from the port of Savannah we like to show. So thank you all so much. Thank you all very much for your time.
You're welcome. Scott, can you give me 1 minute? Tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m., we'll have Shenzhen workshop. We will share together with the communication, detailed communication about Shenzhen investment environment. You're welcome to join us, okay?
Thanks.
Daily room. Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you. Oh.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second before we take a short break. You have chance to have a break for 15 minutes just here. And please visit the Fine Art Invest. It's a gallery of art just behind this wall. It's absolutely very nice and very, very, very extremely pleasant. I let the place now to Yael Savignac from the World Trade Center for some information.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, just 2 minutes of your attention. I just wanted to focus on the fact that the World Trade Center Marseille has been certified ISO 2021 for responsible events. So we would like to invite you to sort and recycle. You have everything you need all around the premises to sort everything you will have in your hands. So please, it's just a little step for nature and our planet. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we come back in 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a nice break.